notification via email.
You want notifications? We got some for you.
Hey.
Hey.
Toot toot
Hey.
toot.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, look. It's a raw live stream. Let's pop out that chat.
Tweet.
Let's get that tweet that Chuck just posted.
Sweet tweet. Bob's here.
Hey, Bob.
Oh, it's Robert Connolly.
Bobby O'Connolly. Finally here.
One of the villains of this here movie.
Bill's here.
Bill's here.
Need more phones.
Yeah,
Just a
just
stack
like-
of phones.
It's like
Johnny
fucking
two phones there.
Yeah.
Rudy Giuliani over
I got
there.
like personalized buttons on the side of this case, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The case I got had like 3 different black, yellow, or tealish, sort of tealish,
Tealish.
tealish.
Did you get the white one, the black one, or some other color?
The black, just black, or simply black, or just black. Black is the black. The smaller, blacker phone. Because I didn't want the XL.
My phone is technically not pink. That's what the color is called.
Not to pink.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get black, white, or orange now.
Ooh. I would have liked orange. What does it look like?
The fuck are you?
You don't need explanation on this, do you?
The fuck are you?
Maybe they're foreign.
I'm sure other people in the world have seen a Christmas tree.
I don't know.
Now they've seen a Christmas me.
A Christmas beach.
It's a Christmas tree. It's a hoodie. It's a Christmas tree hoodie. I got it at Target.
And now you are one. So what's this other Gary Daniels movie you said we should watch? Something Sea?
Oh, the Sea Ghost?
The sea ghost.
Sea Ghost.
Arr, it's the sea ghost.
Sea Ghost. I don't see Ghost. Sea Ghost. Where are you? Did I just miss it? I can't. I never learned to read, okay?
The Sea Ghost is a fantasy action-adventure film in the style of James Bond crossed with Aquaman, full of chases, fights, intrigue, espionage, and...
This movie has not yet been made.
Oh, really?
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aw, boo.
This film does not exist. I don't know why it has
It's
a
got
poster.
a poster.
It's not...
Oh, it's in development.
I was going to say, like, did they change it where it's like, it doesn't even show up on their coming soon list? You did say it's Gary Daniels, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's top billed.
Gary Daniels,
And Daniel
Daniel Farfin,
Well,
Farfin, who
Conan
can-
Stevens.
IMDb is not on top of this because it was not listed in the coming soon movies.
Well, it's because it doesn't have the only cast is on the poster. There's no cast listing in the IMDb entry. You have to type in Sea Ghost.
Sea Ghost. Nope.
If I pay the IMDb, I can see the preliminary
The
cast.
Sea Ghost.
There it is. You found it.
I did. Okay. All right.
All right.
There it is.
All right.
Yeah, Sea Ghost Lady's all right.
It's a poster.
I'm just saying.
There's literally no way any of that is real.
I could be real.
All it's got is a naked man, some titties, a boat, and some dudes
I'm
with
saying
guns.
I was just commenting that the lady on the the preliminary Seaghost poster is it's not bad. She's not bad.
I wonder
That's
if
all.
that's Daniel Furfignugan.
That can't be a real name.
There's one too many R's. in the middle.
real name.
Oh no, it is a real name. Daniel Furigal.
Oh, the
Oh,
great
there's
Daniel
there's
Furfignugan.
fewer Regals these days.
Yeah.
Because they suck.
He was Lieutenant Alan Granetti in Pacific Rim Uprising.
Mm.
Since I know you've seen that.
Literally remember nothing about that movie
Why not?
because
Remember
it's not good.
It was fine.
It's fine. It's just not good. What?
It's fine.
Oh, people are probably starting the Christmas fireworks.
Oh, the
early.
Christmas Eve fireworks.
Yeah, Christmas Adam.
Fuck off.
I will not.
You do what I say.
I will not.
You fuck off.
All right. I gotta do a thing real fast.
Gotta
Oh.
do it. Gotta go
You gonna go
change your grandma's bulb.
Larry
if
the
you know
Cable
what I mean.
Guy? So, hello, people. Hi. I'm not looking at the chat tonight because I don't trust you. BJ's going to take a chance and pay attention
I
to
will.
the chat, but BJ's going to get fucked for doing it. Guarantee it.
Bill is in. I'm gonna guess Bill is in Montana. Because his last name is Billings, so Montana. That's
Yeah.
why it's 8 p.m. where Bill is.
We're on to you, Bill.
Yes, we mean TRS spoilers. We already had a scumbag pop into our Discord on Saturday?
Saturday afternoon.
Saturday afternoon. Luckily, out of all four of us, Harlow was the only one that saw it. And he bananated that person immediately. So,
Yes.
yeah, spoilers equals banning. And we will not unban you for it. We will leave you to be without. We would rather not have you there than have you there as
Can't
a
trust you.
spoily jerk.
Cannot trust you. You are untrustworthy.
We will allow you to have bad opinions, but we will not allow you to spoil things.
Oh, the not Reginald Val Johnson dude was in movies.
Yeah.
Actual movies. Man, he did this in Space Jam the same year.
hmm
How about
He played
that?
Michael Jordan's father or something in that? 'Cause it
Mm.
says something Jordan.
Yeah. James Jordan. Yeah.
Yeah.
They are.
About to be Johnny One Phones.
They called him that because he used to have two, but now he's down to one.
I don't know why they still leave it pluralized, but you know.
Johnny one phone.
Johnny One Phones.
They call him Johnny One Phones.
What's this zombie movie that Gary Daniels was in?
I don't know.
All I can do is click the trailer, but I
Oh.
don't really want to play the trailer.
Yeah, don't play the trailer. Gary Daniels' career as of late has been not good. He's still working. God bless him.
Hmm.
I think he's in a Talking Cat or one of those fucking movies. He's in a movie called Dancing. It's on.
Dancing.
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 I'd watch a movie called Rumble, or I Am Vengeance. See
Oh wow, Dancing. It's on is from David A. Pryor.
oh, man, let's watch that. What?
Holy shit.
We should totally watch this.
dancing.
In the spirit of Dirty Dancing, Karate Kid, and High School Musical.
But it says it's a David Winters film.
yeah.
Is it David A. Pryor's like, or is he just like produce it or some shit?
Those two always like trade off. David
Yeah.
A. Pryor wrote it.
Yeah. Okay.
David Winters is the guy who directs it when. What?
Shut your poor mouth.
There's a character in Dancing. It's on named Shotzi.
I gotta fucking find Dancing It's On.
I think you do.
How long is Dancing It's On?
1 hour and 29 minutes.
Fuck yeah! It's on.
Two young dancers fall in love and eventually work together to win a dance competition.
Oh wow, that's every dancing movie.
But wait.
There's more.
That's it. No, that's all there is.
Oh no,
There's
Gary
less.
Daniels was in Santa's Summer House. Oh, Cynthia Rothrock's in that also. The hell is this? Oh boy. Dancing.
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 It's on.
It's on. Starring Gary Daniels. Boy.
You should watch The Lazarus Papers. It's got Danny Trejo and Gary Daniels.
Oh wow. Okay.
Tagline: Who says you only die once? Ooh, it's got Zeus in it too.
Zeus.
Oh, and Bai Ling. That's always a sign of
Oh
quality.
yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, yeah, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's great. Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, we should podcast.
all right. Yeah, it's,
It's like
late.
10
Let's
after
do this.
10.
All right, and welcome to the Bamfcast.
Hey,
Bamfcast.
Ooh, it's episode 493.
Nice. It's a Christmas miracle.
Numbers and
That
stuff.
number that we've made it to.
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And what we do each and every episode of this here Bamfcast is we go and we watch ourselves a quote-unquote bad movie. Come in here and talk about it for the first half, and then they get ratings. Good bad movies, enjoyable bad movies. They go 1 to 5 jocks and robot jocks.
Yeah.
However, there are bad movies. Just to stay away. They get a negative sliding scale. 1 to 5 bags and giant bags of trash.
Sack them up.
A boo.
Put them in the can.
Yeah.
Put them out by the road.
Refuse.
We
Fart
are.
up on them.
What?
Huh?
I don't know.
You getting fucked up on something?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, well, so we're celebrating Christmas.
Yeah.
We are.
In the Bamfcast tradition.
It's Christmas Eve.
It's
This
the
episode.
Bamfcast tradition. We started it. We
Yes,
started Christmas.
We celebrate Christmas
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Bamfcast's Christmas.
But we don't require you to celebrate Christmas.
No. But you can watch a Christmas-related movie like we did.
You can celebrate the Bamfcast's Christmas no
Mhm.
matter who or what you are, as long as you're a decent human being.
Pretty much, yes.
We discovered 1996's Riot.
We discovered it.
Right. We were the
we-
first to sail
we
to
unearthed
1996's The Riot.
Yep.
Yeah,
We dug it
unearthed
up.
it and
Put it
next
in.
to some ET cartridges, and we found Riot.
Yep. It was right there. We were like, whoa, what's this?
But yeah, it's Gary Daniels and Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
and some other people in a Christmas beat
This
'em
is our
up movie.
first Sugar Ray Leonard joint.
Well,
it's
it's
probably
his
our
only
last.
Sugar Ray Leonard joints. It's got a lineup of alums.
Okay.
It's from director Joseph Murray, who directed Maximum Force and Rage, also starring Gary Daniels. It's written by Joseph Barmettler, who wrote Time Barbarians and Rage.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a running theme here.
Uh-huh.
It stars Gary Daniels, as we said.
He was in Rage.
He was also Capital Punishment, City Hunter, Firepower, Fist of the North Star, and Hunt to Kill. Charles Napier, who you've seen in
Everything.
but he was in One Man Force, Maniac Cop 2, Cop Target, Dragon Fight, Original Gangstas, and the extra movie Ernest Goes to Jail.
Uh-huh.
He gets around.
Yes.
CNAP.
Patrick Kilpatrick,
Oh, he's back.
a recent Bamcast favorite. He's been in a lot of movies this year for
He's
some
great,
reason.
is what he is.
That's Scottish, I think.
Oh,
He was in Class of 1999, Best of the Best 2, Showdown, and the extra movies Remo Williams, Beastmaster 3, and Blackwater. And then there's Kenneth Tegar, who was in Rage.
Okay.
He's the reporter, the guy you know from The Avengers.
Right. That guy.
Yes. So there you go.
Uh-huh.
Cast of thousands.
Yeah.
Not really.
Cast
I mean,
of 12.
cast of several.
Yes. Several people.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Christmas movie.
It is.
Kind of starts solemnly.
Well, there's a riot happening.
There's a riot happening, but they're using footage from the L.A. riots, the famed L.A. riots, as stock footage during the opening credits, and it's like, okay, kind of a bummer start here.
It's a weird visual to sound thing because we're getting a super gospel-y version of "O Come All You Faithful," I believe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like it's Star Spangled level banner levels of like it's like that was one word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah,
notes in there.
I think this was right after. Was it right after the Whitney Houston?
No, that was
No?
at least 5 years earlier.
Yeah.
Because that was during the Gulf War.
Okay.
You
Well,
know,
it's at
remember
least-
when we loved America? There was a time, I think.
Yeah, so there are riots going on for reasons. Some kids got shot by the cops, and they shouldn't have been.
Right.
Usual
Yeah,
story.
But I mean, yeah, there is chaos happening as people with baseball bats all over the place beating the shit out of cars
Yeah.
and people and cop cars like rolling in with no business of rolling in, like
Nope.
just rolling into the middle of like an angry mob and
It's
then
like, hey, we're here. Oh,
and then
God.
it's like then it's like a post Super Bowl thing. And,
yes. Couches are set ablaze,
Right.
and cop cars are flipped over.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in the midst of this is obviously snarled traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess we get some introduction to Gary Daniels' character before the traffic jam. He returns home, checks his mail. We get this long tracking shot as he goes to his apartment for some reason.
Yeah.
As
As he's reading his mail
yeah,
with some jazzy music playing.
yeah, and then he gets into his apartment, takes his shirt off, and works out for a montage that gets
In his jeans
yes,
and no shirt.
jeans, no
Ugh.
shirt, also no music,
Nope.
just him grunting.
But what's weird is like there's music happening in another room.
yes,
Like there's some like jazzy soundtrack bullshit thing, but it's like
it's in his bedroom.
yeah, it's like playing from the other room. So it's like
It's
okay.
Christmas music that's just playing lightly in the background.
Yes, gently
Okay.
as he works it.
Uh-huh.
That's my favorite workout music is
Yeah.
Gently works it.
gentle. Yeah, I gently work it while I'm listening to gentle, tinkling
Gentle
Christmas
carols.
music.
Oh, gentle tickling,
Tinkling.
tinkling.
Oh. Yeah. But then some kids next door decide, well, mom's not home.
They're
and
home
that
alone.
Yeah, that kind of sucks. And I don't know, you want to cook a pizza? Sure. All right, just throw the entire
No.
Red Baron pizza in the oven.
The daughter's like, the girl is like, I'll make you a ham sandwich, and the older boy is like, no way, I want this pizza.
Yeah.
Throw the whole Red Baron in the oven.
Yep.
And obviously this sets the oven on fire.
More
To
like
which
red blazing after that because it was on fire.
they can't figure out how to get out of the door,
No.
so Gary Daniels has to kick it in.
Yeah.
This kid, by the way, keeps touching the goddamn pizza,
He does. He touches the oven and the pizza no less than 3 times. Like,
and then Gary Daniels does it.
I mean, it's a simple like Skinner box reaction of like that's hot. Most humans have that.
But Gary Daniels doesn't even like touch the pizza. The oven is closed,
Yeah.
and he touches the outside of the oven, which is inexplicably hot.
Yes.
Well, we're talking about the kid. Like the kid is
Yeah.
like open the oven.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll
oh
get it
no,
out."
what do I do? Ow! Well, that hurts. I couldn't get the pizza.
Let me try it again.
Ow!
I really want the
and
pizza.
Then, and then like he hears this or smells the smoke or they're screaming or whatever,
Pork
and,
chop
and, you
sandwiches.
know, he's next door.
The smoke alarm goes
Yeah.
off.
And he's just like, "Hey, kids, I'm a computer." No, he's
Get
like,
the fuck
yeah,
out.
he's like, "Open the door." They're just like,
I don't know how a door works.
And he's like, "All right, fine, you fucking moron, stand
Yeah.
back. I'll kick the door down."
Yeah,
And
which
he
he
does.
does. And then
Yeah.
he takes the kids to his place and feeds them his Chinese food dinner and
Right.
orange juice. A delicious combo.
Yeah,
Orange juice and milk.
Yes, that's true.
Ah, weird.
yeah. What's the upcheck factor on that?
Well,
8.
I mean, the orange juice might have been all right if they were having like orange chicken. But
Sure.
I think they were just having noodles.
yeah.
But
Yeah, but then he gets a call from Sugar Ray Leonard who's like, hey, come have some beers. And he's like, I'm babysitting. And then cut to Gary Daniels
beers.
having beers.
There's a lot of cuts like that in this movie. It's like, I can't really do a thing. Oh, okay.
Doing
we're
the thing.
doing the thing now.
Yep.
But yes, he is now suddenly like, forget those kids. They don't matter. That whole family life
Done.
thing does not matter. That will
Done.
never come up again.
Done.
So now he's having beers with Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yes.
And they're
In a bar where no one works.
No, but like, so Gary Daniels is former or current SAS member.
Current.
I mean, something. He's like, he's advising the U.S. Army on better ass kicking is what he's being told. And Sugar Ray Leonard's a major in the Army, and they're just buddies hanging out and
Yep.
having some beers.
Having some beers.
Until some hoodlum, like, this is kind of the start of like the Warriors esque-ness of this movie, because it's just some schlubby softball dudes
Yep.
who are super racist and are just like, hey, Sugar Ray Leonard, how come you're in here drinking a beer and not out there having a riot like all your other people? And then he's just like, excuse me?
Yeah.
Like, and he's just like, yeah, like 13 years we've been having softball on this night every week, but fucking riots, and they told us we couldn't have softball, so we're pissed.
Yeah.
And he's just like, dude, like, get out
Whatever.
of
Let
my
me
face.
buy your beers, and who cares?
He does spill a beer on him, but
does,
that's
yeah.
what starts
That's what
this.
starts it.
The guy's wearing a fucking windbreaker, so it just like
Yeah.
rolls
drips
right
it's
off.
No big
It's
deal.
not a big deal.
No.
But of course, this produces a fight.
It
Because
does.
Gary Daniels comes over and is like, oi, maybe you don't want to fight here. And they're like, oh, you talk like you're from London. And you're women.
Yeah.
They don't like to fuck you guys, huh? Yeah.
Because they fucked us a lot.
Yeah.
So therefore, you guys ain't fucking. And so they go to leave, and that's when the dudes are like, you're going to go fuck each other, right? And then Gary Daniels picks up a pool table.
Oh, they
and-
both pick up the pool
and
table.
bars the door with it.
Yep. And then it just proceeds to be, I wouldn't even say Donnybrook, because it's really just like 6 dudes on the softball team, and the 2 of them repeatedly kicking them. Like they beat the absolute fuck out of, like, at least number 1 8
Yeah,
times.
number
Because,
one
like,
comes back
Number
for us a
1
few
Jersey
times.
dude just keeps popping up again and again.
For 5 straight minutes, these softball dudes come at them and never even land a blow.
Oh, they do land a punch on Sugar Ray Leonard. But,
Okay.
but, like, then he just gets pissed and beats the shit out of him.
Yes, but like I don't know why any of them, after like the 17th beating they've taken over the 5-minute span of this scene, why any of them gets back up and is just like, I got this now, because they are just getting fucking wrecked repeatedly, like constantly. Sugar Ray like works one like a punching bag, just goes to town on his midsection. Yeah. And this is when
I mean, but it's more than that. It's more than just like he's going on the heavy bag. I mean, it's like the comical, like, guys like, it's just missing the
yes.
noise.
really like the Popeye like
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is, like, you do that move, which is like a heavy bag move, but then you add in the speed bag sound of like.
yes.
But yeah, and then they end up like 4 dudes are like blocking them from leaving in front of 2 windows.
They're just standing in front of a giant plate glass window as like, come at us, and you just see the 4 of them get launched through this window as a Jeep pulls up. And the reason this Jeep is pulled up is that moments ago we saw a scene where there's 2 ladies in the back of a limo, and a dude literally just punches the window out of the limo and is like, ladies, you're coming with us.
It's just kind of funny because they're like, "Oh no, what do you want from us?" And they're like, "You don't talk. I ask the questions."
Yeah.
And then it just lingers on this dude for like 20 seconds, and he
He
just
doesn't
sits
ask
there, and
any
it's like,
questions.
"Okay."
Yeah. What do you want to know, sir? But yeah, so Jeep pulls up as these 4 softball men are rolling around in the glass outside of this bar, just moaning in pain, and the army dudes just step over them.
Oh, he's just like, "Oh, this must be the place."
Yeah, it's like, Major, come with us. And as they're getting ready to drive away, one of the softball dudes is like, "Sir, help us!" And they just, yeah, and they go to the British embassy, which is just a swank ass house somewhere in L.A.
Yep, pretty much.
And
They borrowed a mansion.
yeah, and Charles Napier's there. He's in the FBI, and he's there with the ambassador, and it's just like
It doesn't make it's the loosest of plots, but basically,
Sure.
yes, one of the 2 ladies is his daughter, so daughter of the ambassador.
Yeah.
And then it's like it's real weird because he plays like they've been sent a VHS tape already.
Yes.
Like it's like suddenly become this coordinated,
Yes.
kidnapping thing.
It wasn't a random act. It
Yeah.
was.
Well, and this guy's just like, hey, like $2 million, send one guy only, no guns, no funny business.
Don't be late.
No
And
funny
he doesn't
stuff.
say what time to be
Yeah.
there.
He doesn't.
Yeah.
But then it's just like, all right, well, I'm going in, and everyone was, or Sugar Ray Leonard's like, you don't want to go in there alone, and of course Gary Daniels is going to go in. But
got no
another,
choice.
another weird thing that happens is like they're leaving, and of course they hand him the briefcase with $2 million in it, which
Sure.
we've established that that's not how money works.
I can put it all in there.
Nope.
Yep.
You absolutely cannot.
Okay.
Not even if it was hundreds.
Oh. Well.
Yeah. But anyway,
It was $2 million.
yeah,
Right?
$2 million is a large pile of money, even in hundreds.
Yeah, I think last time we talked about this, it would take up a large
Most
portion
of
of
the
the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but the army
We need
hands
to bring back
it
the
to him.
$1,000 bills.
Hmm?
We need
What?
to bring back $1,000 bills.
Sure.
Yeah.
But the U.S. Army hands him the money and is like, "Hey, this is the embassy's money. Take care of it." And it's like,
It's like, wait,
well,
where's
where-
this money coming from?
where did you get it?
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's mission go.
And Sugar Ray Leonard is the helicopter pilot, and he's flying him over there, and he's talking to Gary Daniels, and Gary Daniels is just zoning out because he's got a flashback to him being sweet on the lady who got kidnapped, and they
one of the two.
yes, the daughter, the actual the one that matters, the other one, as it turns out, doesn't matter.
Annalisa, which is
Annalisa.
like
Yeah.
a double name, not like Annalise or
Right.
something like that. It's like,
Annalisa.
yeah.
They were to be together, but he got orders to go to war, and
Sorry, mother, but I got to go to army.
and she's like, I have to finish this fashion show. Please be here in an hour. And he's like, plane's leaving in 30 minutes. And
Wow, it was uncanny. It was like Gary Daniels was here for a second.
pretty good. And and so that really kind of just ends their relationship.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see it because the movie doesn't bother it, but it's just like he's got to go. Wait
Yeah.
for me. I want to marry you.
Yes.
Love you. Bye.
Right.
Yeah. So,
And then he fades back in, and then Sugar Ray's like,
here, take this gun.
yeah, here.
It's like it's an ankle gun.
He's like, no guns.
Yeah.
He's like, take the gun.
You
He's
crazy?
like,
They said no guns, and what am I going to do with this anyway?
yeah. And he's like,
He
fine.
takes it anyway.
I have an ankle gun now. Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, and then it's just basically like first he just kind of like is walking through the neighborhood getting harangued by passersby. He's just like, "What are you doing here?"
Charles Napier explained that the church, which is the drop-off point for this deal, is in the middle of no man's land. No one gets in and no one gets out.
Yep.
That's weird because when we see the assorted groups that live here in no man's land, first it just starts out with street toughs who are just like, "Hey, man, what are you doing here? Don't you know you're gonna die?" And Gary Daniels kind of pushes this one guy out of the way and then goes about his business. And the
Yeah,
guy's
they're
like,
just like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you better keep walking.
yeah,
Yeah. Which is this when the second guy comes up and is just like he flicks a cigarette at him?
It's basically like the guy from Falling Down shows up and is just like, "Hey, man, what's in the briefcase? Give me the briefcase. I bet it's expensive. Give it to me."
Yeah.
Yeah. And
But he just dispatches this dude like quickly. I mean,
Yes.
he just kind of puts him in a hold, and then he just like whistles for his gang,
yes,
which is a
Hockey
hockey
team.
team,
Yes.
but on rollerblades.
the roller boys have their prayers have been answered. They are here. Yeah, they are coordinated, uniform wearing, including 2 referees.
The refs have sticks. They all have sticks.
Yeah, they all have sticks.
and they're all wearing like the same uniform. It's not just like, hey, just put your rollerblades on, grab a hockey stick, and let's go. It's
No,
like,
they're a team.
yeah, they are a team. And then it's real weird because he fights these dudes for a little bit, and then yeah, I mean it's like there's lots of like high sticking and hockey moves and all this stuff
Yes,
that's happening, but then he just kind of beats them, sort of.
he does. He kind of beats them.
Yeah.
It-
I mean, but it plays like it's a long scene. Like,
Well, what happens often in this movie is that he will be outnumbered greatly, and they will all swarm him and be surrounding him, and then he just kind of takes a second and goes, "I'm just going to kick my way out of this," and he will just roundhouse kick everyone in the face and do some other assorted moves in there. Take a stick from one guy, take out the legs of another guy with the stick. Then the stick's broken. Now he can use both ends of the stick to stab another guy in the face, and so that's a recurring theme as the various warriors like gangs show up to fuck with him. Mm-hmm. But so he gets away from them.
yeah, I think that's the last time he's accosted till he gets to the church.
I think so, yeah.
Which, I mean, he walks up to the church and like, "Fuck you doing here?" And then he's just like, "Santa Claus, I think I'm supposed to be here." And they're like, "Oh yeah, get inside."
Yeah, get in there, motherfucker.
Um,
And it's this long walk to where they are in the front of the church. And there's a guy.
there's a guy that should be like, I mean, let's just say there is a lot about this movie that is like very mid '90s in the like fast cuts and Dutch angles and fisheye lenses for no reason. Just like a lot of the '90s bullshit is alive and in full effect in this.
Yeah.
And this part should have been like rapper cameo. I'm just saying,
Yes,
like
100%.
this should have been like Ice-T or if you
Coolio.
can't, it's somebody just
Master
like
P.
yeah.
Sure.
Master P would be good.
Yeah, I'm just like, this is weird because it's just like, it's just some dude and he doesn't have enough gravitas to do the shit they're asking him to do.
No, but he's very
No.
confident.
Yeah, and he's going for it.
Yeah.
Like
He
he
is
is
kind of-
fully leaning into
'Cause-
gang lord.
He's given a whole
screamy man.
speech about like his mother wanted him to be a preacher, but there's no money in it. Jesus will give you salvation, but he won't give you a Mercedes. And they force Gary Daniels down on his knees, and it's like,
Eventually, he's just like, where are the women? Like, also, this is
Yeah.
only half the money. You'll
Right.
get the other half when I'm. I
yeah,
get the
because
women
he
safely
took
away.
he took $1 million, which is 5 stacks,
Sure.
and wraps them in a newspaper and sticks them in a tire outside for later.
Right.
That actually does come back.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he's like, you didn't think I was going to come in here and just give you the money because you would kill me.
Yeah,
And
I mean, like I
the
said,
guy's
it's
like,
just,
yeah.
like I said, this thing just doesn't play like I think they want it to play.
No,
because I mean,
it's-
this guy's trying to do like the speechifying, like I'm actually super educated. I choose to be a bad guy thing, and he's doing all these like, yeah, well, the Lord giveth, but the Lord doesn't give you a Mercedes, haha, and all this stuff, and they sent a smart guy in, yeah, hide the half the money because I just shoot you, right?
Right.
And they do all this stuff, and I think it's supposed to play better than it does, but
It's like they filmed the rehearsal.
yeah, the movie's about to like flip it all in its script and make it not matter anyway soon.
Yeah.
But eventually he brings out both ladies, and look, I mean, I know this is from this era, but and also like she's not a military lady or somebody that would know something, but I just hope that if I'm ever in some sort of situation like this where you're trying to play it cool and it's like some like ransom demand or something where there's toughs. Do not give them any ammunition because she
Right.
walks out and is just like Shane,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh,
y'all know each
you
other,
know each
huh?
other, right?
Yeah,
Okay, this is
yeah.
a lover boy situation. Okay, and it's just like, fuck, lady,
Yeah.
like,
Because then he's like, do you know her?
and he's like, no, I
No.
don't know.
He's like,
And
good.
Blam,
Yeah.
blam.
And
It's a dumb move. I mean, shooting the other lady.
Yeah, I shouldn't have done that.
But yeah, then eventually it just becomes like, Garrett, tell us where the rest of the money is, and then he's just like, all right, karate time, and karate's all the
Karate's
guns
his
on
way
it.
out of there.
Yeah.
Also, like, dear kidnappers, like, or ransomers, just take the money. Just take the money.
Just what?
Just take the money. Just
There are so many
Don't-
problems in movies like this that could be solved if the bad guys were just like, thank you for the transaction.
Right.
We are done here.
yeah, $2
The
million
end.
was what I wanted.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Right. I think they try to explain this away later. With
They
the,
do.
With the
I mean,
convoluted plot twist
yes,
that happens
it is
in the
a,
middle
it
of
is
this.
a very convoluted plot
Yeah.
twist at the end, but
But they shoot their way out and kick their way out, and then they're out.
Yeah, they're out and like having a real hard time hiding behind cars and stuff because it's like it's part like the movie's like, oh, we need to stop and have them get reintroduced so that they're trying to have like moments of talking. It's like, no, get the fuck away from this church.
Yeah.
Because they're being shot at and diving behind cars and stuff until head guy that should be rapper cameo comes out with a fucking bazooka.
Yep.
Like a full blown old school like full size bazooka.
And just lights up every car on the street that is not already on fire.
Yep.
And they just chain reaction explode.
Yep.
While these actors are running away from that.
The thing is, like, the movie takes a half a second to show that it's not a chain reaction. He is firing
Yeah.
individual bazooka rounds for each one.
Yes.
Because, like, they cut back for him a second and he's just reloaded and, like, shoots another one.
Mm-hmm.
But so eventually they get somewhat away from this explodey bit and he's just like, all right, everybody go find him.
Yeah.
So it just becomes that, like, it's the Judgment Night, like, hunt through the city, hide through the city kind
Right.
of bullshit thing.
They're trying to get back to the roof where Sugar Ray Leonard is supposed to come back and pick them up. The problem is that Charles Napier has grounded because he says that they shot down a news helicopter, so therefore all flights are grounded.
Yep.
And Sugar Ray Leonard is like, that's bullshit. I've seen Rambo. Fuck you. And he's like, okay, right here. If you were to find the keys to the helicopter and take it and not tell me, I would have no choice but to not say anything because I wouldn't know. And Sugar Ray's
Here's the
like,
key.
cool, and takes the keys. He drives to the base and is just like, let me on. And the private's like, okay. You know, they have a confrontation.
I feel like we had this conversation for something else a little while back.
Yeah.
Do military aircraft straight up have keys? Like,
Oh yeah, we did. Have
I
this
feel like we had this conversation. Like,
yeah, like they shouldn't.
like they shouldn't, because I mean, like already, the thing is parked in a place that's heavily guarded usually, and also like the idea of like turning a fucking key to start a helicopter. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like we did this for a movie before, and
Maybe we
looked
were
it
talking
up.
about tank or something.
Yeah,
where it's like,
just-
did the tank have keys
Yeah.
or?
I just feel like we had this
push button
conversation
start.
of like it just seems dumb that like the idea of like literally a turnkey.
It's
Like,
like, hey, do you have the keys for this?
Yeah.
Like, you know, if you go down in Vietnam, it's like, oh shit, we lost the keys.
right. Yeah,
like,
I
no,
just
you
I
just
feel like
push
the
the button.
idea of like military aircraft having keys to
Yeah.
start them is kind of dumb.
I feel like we had this conversation. We didn't know the answer. Someone told us the answer, and now we've forgotten the
Yeah,
answer.
exactly. Anyway.
So if you want to write back in and tell us, that's fine.
Or BJ's probably looking it up right now.
They do not have keys. They rely on physical security measures to prevent people from getting.
Right.
Yeah,
in
it's
the
on a fucking
airplanes
army
and
base.
stuff.
I mean, what?
Yeah,
But anyway, Sugar Ray's like, I'm on my way. Here I come.
yeah, it's never like they're just like, leave the helicopter behind. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like always, one guy like, hey, you watch the chopper.
Right. Maybe it was Iron Eagle. I don't know.
Who
One of
knows?
those things where people keep stealing things.
Right. Anyway, but
He flies. He's coming
well,
back.
I think. All right, so they hide out in like a dry cleaning place for a little bit. Does he get attacked by the dirt pikes first?
No.
that's when the plot twist
yeah,
happens.
yeah,
okay,
it's-
okay, yeah.
They hide in
Yeah,
a like a tailoring shop
Yeah.
for a while.
They hide in that, and then we're like while they're hiding out because they have a set time that Sugar Ray Leonard's supposed to be coming back, and so
Yeah.
we're watching him like get onto the army base and get the helicopter, and everyone's like, "I've been in the army 15 years." That's not what Sugar Ray Leonard sounds like at all.
No, not at
but he
all.
just does like this whole like, "I've been in the army 15 years, but I really have when I blow that all on like
Stealing a helicopter.
stealing a helicopter."
No, sir.
Okay, fine, go ahead.
Yeah.
But like, so that's what's happening over there. But we also see the plot twist happen, which turns out it's not these gang members at all that
No,
wanted
no,
to kidnap.
we're
Huh?
not even there yet.
No. Are you sure?
Yep.
Okay.
Because what happens is,
oh, that's right. Yeah, I was thinking of the wrong person that was happy. About
yeah,
what's about
this
to
is
happen.
they're like, okay, we got to make a break for it. We got to get over there. This is when they're going up the staircases that are also on fire for some reason. Why the inside of this building is on fire, who knows? But there's a lot of Gary Daniels is just going to wait over here in the shadows until two guys show up, and he's going to kick them down the stairs until the one guy, basically like the Zeus character of the movie, who's the henchman for the main guy, picks up Gary Daniels and just throws him down the stairs.
like lands on his back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if that's not bad enough, he comes over and just steps on his spine. And then eventually Gary Daniels punches him in the dick a bunch and about the face and neck.
Yeah, and then gets him a chokehold that eventually becomes a neck snap.
Yeah. But they eventually get to the roof. Sugar Ray Leonard has landed. They start to take off, but then the bad guy is there with his bazooka and shoots the helicopter, which just kind of sets the bottom of it on fire a little bit.
A little bit.
It's not as catastrophic as you would think. It's certainly not what happened to those cars.
Well, no, I mean the first shot is he hits the tail rotor, and that makes them because like they were up in the air, and the first
Oh
shot,
yeah, they were flying away.
yeah, they were flying away. He shoots like the rotor, the tail rotor, which forces them to land, and they kind of like skid onto the edge of the building, and then he shoots another shot that sort of like
pushes them.
pushes a little bit further over the edge, so it's like Superman the movie,
A little.
over the edge.
Yes,
because
Sugar
she-
Ray's trying to save the girlfriend, who is just fucking useless.
Uh-huh.
Like, oh no, I'm going over the side of this building. Gary Daniels is somewhere off camera.
Oh,
just-
he's just barking orders. He's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, wait, get her." She's going full. I mean, look, let's be honest. Gary Daniels does not have a tough guy voice at all. I would never do this impression in front of Gary
no.
Daniels.
He has a very fancy
Oh, I,
lad.
I think you should.
Yeah. I respect Gary Daniels
Just
a
go
lot.
up
I'm
and
just
be like,
saying.
"Hey, fancy lad."
yeah,
It's much
Boy,
the same
somebody-
way I would go like, "Hey, I'm Mike Tyson" to Mike Tyson. Just like, but Gary Daniels has a bit of a, well, I'm just going to talk to you, Sugar Ray. What's your say for? Okay, great.
Yep.
Yeah. But
So somehow she gets on the other side of Gary Daniels, and
well, there's like a third bazooka shot that
Yeah.
that propels Sugar Ray Leonard is now the one hanging over the side of the building. Gary
Yes.
Daniels is somehow they've cleared, like they were doing all this through the chopper, like through the open doors of the chopper, like trying to pull her through. But somehow a shot happens and the chopper is just like leaves them behind.
Yeah.
And now Sugar Ray Leonard is hanging over
they
the
fall
side.
through.
Yeah. Right. And so Sugar Ray Leonard is now hanging over the side, being held onto by Gary Daniels, who was
One
out
hand.
out of the mix, and she's like holding onto his pants, like trying to help him
Pants.
up. Yeah. So
Single stitch is fine.
yeah. Gary Daniels is a good guy. I'll give him double stitch.
Ah, the double stitch.
But yes, so like, yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard falls. Like it is a protracted, long, like,
Yeah.
okay, he's
Yeah.
like, because the thing I appreciate is like he's not playing it cool at all. He's
No.
just like, pull me up, oh my god, pull me up, I don't want to burn.
He's
And
like,
it's
don't let me burn. It's
don't let me
like,
burn. It's like, the fall, the gravity's going to kill you.
you're not
Like,
going to hit that
yeah,
helicopter
you're,
anyway.
You're not going to feel that.
There's a lot more pavement down there than
They say you're going to die of a heart attack before you actually hit the ground.
Yeah. So you got that to look forward to.
Plus the ground. You're going
Yes.
to look forward to that.
Yep.
As it's moving forward towards you.
Yeah.
Well, you're not looking down to it.
Well, you can't look forward to
Yeah,
it because
yeah,
it's
it's-
moving forward to you.
I mean, it's probably the best plan. Just land head first, and you
Yeah.
know, like then you don't just shatter your legs and live in pain for the rest of your life.
Right.
I think from that height, he doesn't have to worry about
true.
the rest of his life.
He
because
doesn't.
That fall is
But-
going to be the rest of his
I'm
life.
sorry, but it's. I made this joke, and I just have to point it out because, like, they specifically have him so that, like, they're not doing the wrist to wrist thing,
Nope.
or anything that's like more secure. They are holding hand to hand, and he's wearing like just black leather driver gloves for some reason,
Yeah.
which of course like just slip off his
Cool
hand.
guy gloves.
Yeah.
Standard issue Army helicopter pilot gloves.
Right. And then so he falls, like leaving the gloves. So like Gary Daniels is holding onto the glove, and I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, you should have worn your golden gloves. But
Yep.
Yeah.
Didn't
no, it
didn't help. No.
No.
Gary
It would have been
Daniels
heavier. He would have hit the ground faster.
That's true.
has a moment of acting where he is just distraught as fuck. And I like that during the entire time he is yelling at his girlfriend to pull them up. Like, really? Like,
Well, also, Sugar Ray Leonard is only using one hand.
yes.
He
The
has
other
another
hand's
hand
just
free.
dangling.
He's just letting it dangle. He could reach up and like grab onto Gary Daniels or
Yeah.
something. I don't know.
And then, like, girlfriend pulls Gary Daniels up, no problem. When it's all over, it's like, oh, well, okay, got you. Yeah. So anyway, you think this is a buddy cop thing,
Oh yeah.
but no, that's it for Sugar Ray Leonard. Halfway through this movie, he's gone. That's
I
it.
Don't even think it's halfway. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like it's
Yeah.
like 20-something minutes. in.
It's the film career of Sugar Ray Leonard started and ended right here.
Yep. But yeah, he's dead. He's broken. Like here's.
And what's great, okay, so the bad guy is on the other rooftop watching this all happen.
I was gonna say
and
that's what's the weirdest thing about this is the action geography of this, because like, guy that should be cameo rapper is like, oh, there's a helicopter. Obviously, they're going up to this roof.
yeah.
Everyone go get him. And then he's like, I'm going to go to a different roof. Like that
No,
is-
they're still on the same roof
Yeah,
where the
the-
helicopter took off from.
oh, the
The
helicopter,
helicopter had to
skidded
crash
onto-
land on a different building.
Okay, see that I didn't get
Yeah.
at all,
Yeah, that was really confusing because
because I thought they were like
he was
20
like-
feet away.
Yeah, he was like looking in all the wrong directions. They just didn't really do a good job of that.
This was bad because like the whole time I was just like, the dude's like at the stairwell, the roof entrance, 2 elevator right behind these guys
Right.
here, and like
But he is rooting for
Oh,
Sugar
yeah.
Ray Leonard. He doesn't know shit about who Sugar Ray Leonard is.
No.
But he is rooting for him to fall and is so stoked when he does. He's just like, yeah. But that's when he's just like, so is that good enough for you? And then it's just all of a sudden there's another gang here, and it's a gang of Irishmen led by Patrick Kilpatrick.
finally getting to do his native accent.
Yes, with a sweet stash and a questionable accent. And this
Oh,
is
it's his native accent. He's Patrick Kilpatrick, sir.
exactly.
You know what how you say that backwards? Patrick Kilpatrick.
Oh, it's a palindrome.
Yeah, it's palindrome. That's the word I couldn't think for a second there. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Gary Daniels, who has just watched his best buddy die, 5 seconds later is like, oh, that's Patrick Kilpatrick. He's IRA terrorist.
Oh, she's the one who's just like IRA.
Yeah. He's like, well, not exactly. Worse than that. He's fucking terrible, and I guess this is going in a different direction. And so there's like this long negotiation between him and the other gang leader, and the other gang leader is like, look, I lost half my men. I didn't get all the money. Give me some money.
Yeah.
Give me this money.
Just give me half of what you promised,
Yeah.
which I assume is 500,000.
Yeah, and Patrick Kilpatrick for a few minutes acts like he's going to do something honorable, and then he's just like, nah, fuck you, and kills him and his other henchman who was still alive. And then that's it for that gang.
Yeah.
The rest of the gang is this Irish ninja squad.
Yep. It went from like Judgment Night to Patriot games in the flash of an eye.
Yeah. And he's got his younger brother with him, which, of course, as you've seen in any movie Patriot Games, Blown Away, whatever. It's just like, oh, you brought your younger brother along to be a terrorist? That fucker's dead too.
Yep.
So yeah, now it's just they end up running to they go to the car graveyard.
I believe it's called a junkyard, but yes.
I like to call it a car graveyard. I like to pay my respects.
Oh, okay.
And they're just sneaking around this car graveyard, and all of a sudden motorcycles are stunting through the scene, silently stalking them like raptors in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I guess we didn't. This is the first instance of there being dirt
Yeah.
bikes out of nowhere.
It's just all of a sudden you see like one guy go by on a wheelie.
I mean, it should also be noted that like besides the two, what are the names? The O'Flaherty's or whatever they are. Like everyone else is like wearing a full ski mask.
Yes.
So it's just a bunch of faceless Irish ninjas.
it's so they can have
Right.
the same four stuntmen die
Right.
over and over.
Sure,
again.
absolutely. Obviously, but I'm just saying, like, it's a weird motif that like here's these two brothers, and then the rest is just like full blown Irish ninjas because they really are. They pop out of nowhere constantly.
Yeah, they're constantly popping out from like trunks and hoods, and at some point, Gary Daniels gets a hold of one of their shotguns.
Well, before that, like he has convinced the lady now. It's like you need to run to this street.
Yeah.
We got to split up. I'm going to take care of this. You run to Waverly Place over here.
Yep.
And
she's like, I don't wanna.
yeah, I don't like wizards, Harry. But yeah, so like he's like you just got to get there, and immediately like okay, well first time she's grabbed by Irish ninja popping out of nowhere, and like turns and launches herself and actually like takes that guy out.
Yes,
So it's like oh okay, and then like
because that's when she picks up the grill
right
and clocks him in the face with it.
yeah
Yeah. So she's capable for one moment.
yeah. Well, she the guy's got her in the classic like haha pose from behind, and
Yeah.
she like
She kicks the other side of the car to push him back into
yeah.
that thing. But she gets accosted by another guy who pops out of something, and he's like, hey, and throws her into just shards of sticky, pointy things.
Sticky pointy things.
Yeah, you know.
A mangled car. The metal of a mangled car.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which stabs her a whole bunch.
It stabs her once ish.
Yeah.
Like she's got a bunch of scrapes, really.
Well, she's been,
It's not like it jumps out and like
No.
stabs her
but she's been injured,
Yeah.
and
and is dying.
yes,
But meanwhile, Gary
From
Daniels,
being
who
grazed.
like for whatever reason, even though like these people were all around, like he's still like, you got to get to this street. I know it's not safe at all, but please go.
yes,
This just turns into action stunt spectacular for him. Because as we said, they've just magically shown up on dirt bikes, which means a lot of people are going to get hit off of dirt bikes, or
Oh yeah.
junk car doors are going to
Kicked
open.
off of dirt bikes like full speed.
Yep.
And actually kicked off of the dirt bike by Gary Daniels.
Yep. And lots of like
Man, fuck.
open a car door and like dirt bike drives into it and guy launches and all of that kind of stuff.
yep.
Until eventually he catches up with her and is like, "Oh, you've been stabbed." And he's like,
Oh wait,
"Okay, I'm not skipping the end of it, but
because Gary Daniels gets a shotgun from one of these guys at one point
he
and
does.
fires it into one guy, who they fucking yoink back into this pile of scrap harder than I've seen someone in a long time. Like this is like
God, he gets so wrecked.
it's like Django Unchained getting shot with a gun.
Yes, actually, that is literally the level it's at.
Yes.
Maybe not quite that one final shot, the
No,
one
no,
lady by
but
herself, but like,
pretty violent.
yeah,
It's right out. He throws that, even though that gun is super effective, he throws it down immediately, and that's when he pulls out his ankle gun and shoots 28 shots with that.
yeah.
He gets rid of guns like
Yes,
He just throws them
trades
away,
all
like-
the time.
2 or 3 shots,
Yeah.
throws it away, except for when he pulls out his little ankle gun,
Yes.
this little maybe a 5-shot revolver,
Yeah.
and fires 15 rounds from it.
Yes.
I'm gonna give him 8 because he was complaining about the caliber of it. Like, oh, it's a putty shoot, so maybe it's a 22. It's like maybe it's got 8 rounds, maybe.
Maybe, but it's also very small, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because
But-
yeah, he does the thing where somehow, like, he's been away from dudes for a nanosecond and has somehow planted himself in the hood of one of these cars that he just pops out of and through the grill shoots
He
two
wasn't
dudes
in the hood. He's like inside the interior of the car.
Well, the entire
And
movie takes place in the hood.
Yes, but he lifts the hood up so that he's shooting like from the driver's seat through like the air vents.
Right. Right.
I thought he was inside.
I don't think he's in like the engine.
I thought he was
I
in
thought
the
he was
engine bay
in-
because
yeah, I thought he
'cause I
was.
thought it popped up forward.
Yeah,
I thought
and he
it-
shoots through the vents on
anyhow,
the hood.
it's
It's
goofy.
real dumb, yeah.
Yep. This ends with one of the Irish ninjas chasing him with a forklift that it has a car at the end of it, and he's just like, "Oh fuck!" and starts running away from this. To which the forklift then launches this car towards him, which
Well,
hits
he-
a pile of cars.
Well, he slides over a car, Dukes of Hazzard style, and then that forklift just hits the parked car, which causes the car on the forks to just go flying forward, and of course explode because
Yes.
you know.
And man, Gary Daniels does a good like just arms flung out dive.
It's awkward though. He jumps away from a few explosions like this, and it's like he's like, I don't know if he's doing Titanic thing or cliff divers, fling your arms out, but
He's just T-posing.
T poses. He just that Gary's standing there like Jesus.
Yeah.
But yeah, he just flings himself.
Yep.
It's so awkward.
So,
Good explosion though.
Yeah,
It
but
is.
this kind of ends this scene, I believe.
yeah, because he's like, "Oh no, you've been stabbed a bunch by something. I have to get you somewhere."
Yeah, he's well. First, he's just walking with her, and eventually scoops her up.
Yeah.
but
And he's like, "We're gonna get you inside. You got to go inside somewhere." And he
Yeah.
goes to this one house, and there's a little girl there watching some Bigfoot cartoon on TV, and her dad opens the door with his shotgun, and he's just like, "Nope, not coming in here."
yeah, your problems are not my problems.
Yeah. And then the mom comes out and is like, "What was that all about?" And they have this back and forth for like 2 minutes, and she's like, "I'm gonna go see what's going on out
yeah.
there."
Basically, like a girl was hurt, and they were looking for somewhere to keep her safe. And
Yeah. And then they just skip the whole she finds them and brings them back thing, because then suddenly they're just inside
Yeah.
and they make friends with this family, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and they hang out there for a while. Like she immediately goes into the "I'm dead" mode because
just,
like you know,
I'll pass
I'm
out
just,
from
I'm
the
just
pain
gonna,
for
I'm
a
gonna
while.
sleep this off. I
Yeah.
guess.
Gary Daniels talks to the dude a bit. The dude got fired from his job.
He was in
Shit
the nom.
sucks.
And,
Yep.
and he's just like, yeah. So where are you, Army? You're not from around here. And he's like, oh, SAS. And he's like, well, I'm not gonna ask anything about that.
Yeah, he basically says, "Stop talking. I don't want to know anything else about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I have no part of it."
And he even spills it like I'm here for she was kidnapped. I was here to deliver the ransom and rescue her.
Yep. And so Gary Daniels is like, "I gotta go.
Yeah, can you watch her for a while?
Mountain Lion, I gotta go," and heads out. And I'm never clear exactly what he's doing. He's wandering, and then he wanders in front of like this office building that has this dual rotating door thing, and you're distracted by the doors because they both have the same like street address number
Yeah,
on
like
them.
really prominent, like large, like it's like $5.99.
Yeah.
and it's on like I'm sure it's the street address, but
Sure.
it's in big giant font over each revolving door, which are
Yeah.
like 6 feet apart. You know, maybe it's real weird
Yep.
design, but it's also all windows
Yes.
along the revolving doors.
But you're distracted by the doors and the big awning and the address, and then just out of nowhere, neon-clad motorcycles explode out of every window of this building.
Were they waiting and like lying in wait for this, or
I don't know.
what the fuck were they doing?
It's amazing. Like
is.
it doesn't make any
Nope,
sense,
does absolutely,
but
does
it's fucking amazing, and it just
It is pretty
becomes
great.
Nitro Circus is happening on this street corner.
not. Yeah, like whatever good dirt bike stunts there were in the junkyard or the car graveyard, if you prefer.
Yeah, I do.
Like are completely outdone by this because it should also be noted like most all of these have like Batman Forever neon
Yeah.
piping on these things for
Yeah,
some reason.
No reason. They're just dirt bikes painted black, and then they've just got this blue neon piping all over them.
Yeah. So like you've got that happening, and also like it should be noted that like I don't know why. Like I'm trying to figure out the IRA like hiring practices. Like we're like, so you good with making bombs? Yeah, I can make a bomb. Okay, great. Can you start on a dirt bike? It's like
Oh, so they're Cockney IRA heads.
I'm trying to stay somewhere in the middle. Can you stunt on a dirt bike?
Oh, can you be starting
That's-
on a
Can you
dirt
start on a
bike?
dirt
That's
bike?
John Lennon.
Do you know how to?
Liverpool's pretty fucking close to Irish. That's right there.
We're so sorry, United Kingdom.
I'm not. I mean, Irish is not far from Liverpool in the accent world, really.
I'm staying out of this.
Okay. I mean, it's all the sing-song kind of thing, yeah, that they do, whatever.
to our dumb American ears, you're right.
Yes, he's exactly right.
I mean, the key to doing an Irish accent is just saying, Jesus, Mary, and Joseph.
Well, you just say "fuck."
Yeah.
Like, because the younger brother, that's like as closest to Irish as he's getting throughout this. He's just like, hey, the
Right.
things are happening over here.
Fine.
Fuck that guy.
Sans accent. What is their hiring process?
Okay.
Can you make a bomb? Great.
Yeah.
Can you stunt on a dirt bike? Is that question number 2? Because constantly these guys are just wheeling around for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah.
Like with
Jumping
their
over ramps and,
Yeah.
and through fire
Well,
and
'cause-
flames.
Yeah, because
and-
like I mean, like first they're just before they even know that they're in the junkyard, they are just stunting through the rows of cars.
Yeah.
And then they discover they're there and they stop the stunting and like try to do the dirt bike
like,
murder.
oi.
This time they just they explode out of the building and then are like doing like circles around him, just stunt spectacular with him in the middle.
Yep.
And then it just becomes, well, I guess I got to fight all these dirt bike guys.
Yeah.
Which he does.
Man, does he.
I believe it. The probably the best bit of it is that he picks up what looks like a railroad tie.
Uh-huh.
And like double murders 2 dirt bikes going in opposite directions.
Yes.
Like close, because also some of the dirt bikes have 2 people on them.
Yes.
So like he'll kick them and they both go off together and like tandem die. Yeah.
Tandem die ride. Yeah, they shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
There's one part where it's just this really shouldn't happen, but one guy's coming straight at him and he just hides behind a parked car and opens the door, and this guy
Oh,
just
jeez.
drives into it 60 miles an hour and just body tumbling over it. Dudes get fucking wrecked in this, and
Oh, yeah.
there is a lot of actual legit stunt work happening in this movie
Oh, yeah.
where whoever Gary Daniels' stunt person was is constantly just getting thrown over cars. Like there was a bit where in the car graveyard where he's running over the tops of cars while a dude is chasing him on a bike over the tops of cars.
Yep.
And he kept slipping and eating it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he was having a harder time running across the cars than the guy was dirt biking.
Yeah,
across
dude on the
them.
bike was doing fine.
Yeah. There was one move where it was like the guy almost went whoops between the 2 and
Yeah.
fixed it.
But anyway, dudes get fucking wrecked in this entire sequence, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And it's nonsense. There's no reason for any of it to happen.
You know? And I believe it's like right about here where the brother guy has gotten the murder boner for Gary Daniels. Like
Well, yeah, Patty is his name. Patrick.
Patrick.
He comes out and is just like, oh no, all my stunt riding brothers have been murdered. This will not stand. And I've forgotten how Gary Daniels murders him, but he very much does. I think
Well,
this is just a shootout.
They're
right?
fighting. No, like they're shooting across the street. Like he's got a gaggle of gang members with him. you
Gaggle
know.
of gang.
And then it just Gary Daniels hides behind a car with like a single gun and
right.
just like one by one takes them out until
Yeah.
like one guy almost got around the car and he got him at the last second.
Yeah.
Then it just becomes fight next to this burning car.
Right.
Which he just ends up basically kicking him into the car and setting the Patrick, his the brother guy, on fire.
Yeah.
To which Patrick's like, this is the second time. We can't forget one of the dirt bike dudes, I think at the junkyard or car graveyard if you prefer, got kicked into some fire and then was just like, well, fuck that, I don't care. I'm on fire, let's get back on the bike and fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was during the Nitro Circus part.
Okay, is that
'Cause,
what it was?
he
Yeah.
set that dude on fire, and that guy was like,
Yeah.
well,
Well,
I'm still on the bike. I'm going to do my job.
He died doing what he loved.
He promised my widow some money.
Yeah. So he's fought one dude who's just like trying to fight him while on fire on the dirt bike. Then this dude, like the brother, gets kicked into the fire and then doesn't get on a dirt bike, but then it's just like, well, I'm going to still keep trying to murder you
Yeah.
until eventually
He gets loaded with bullets.
Yeah, he shoots him like 3 times and it's just like, well, just lay there and burn.
Just trying to put the fire out with the bullets and aerate you, but
Didn't work.
didn't work. No. To which Patrick O'Patrick comes down, and he's like, "Oh no, my brother." He goes, "Patty, oh Christ!" I was like, "Oh, is that his full name?"
No, that's what he has outside. Patio Christ.
Patty, oh Christ.
Yeah.
He's just got like a Jesus hanging there.
Yeah. Just out there on the patio.
But he has a half second of look to the sky, no, and then he gets on the radio because he assumes that for whatever reason Gary Daniels has taken his brother's radio, and he's just like, "Hey, Gary Daniels, you should come fight me, meet me halfway." And Gary Daniels is like, "Yeah, cool."
And then just immediately like
Gary
he's like-
Daniels is the one that says, "Meet me halfway," and then
yeah. I mean, you're expecting, because this movie's also kind of rip off of this being around Christmas. You're like, all right, what's the yippee-ki-yay motherfucker kind of line going to be at the end of this? And he's just like, I'll meet you halfway, we'll fight, and I'll murder you. And he's like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Click, and then, like Gary Daniels is suddenly right behind him, kicking him from
just
the flaming car.
Taps him on the shoulder like, I'm here, punch.
Yeah, and they fight for a minute around the flaming car.
Yeah, and then
Um,
more ninjas show up,
yeah.
so Gary Daniels has to run into a parking garage.
Yeah, he basically like kicks Patrick Kilpatrick enough that he's down and out for the fight, and
Yeah.
then
More
tussles with the ninjas for a little
Uh-huh.
bit and gets away from them, and then as you said, ends up in a parking garage.
Right.
The other thing that should be noted is like between the forklift and this, it's like when you're being chased by a vehicle, maybe run in a direction that it's
Yeah.
very difficult for the vehicle to go.
Right, like this parking garage, it's incredibly easy to get away from a vehicle.
Yes,
like,
sure.
You could go into the stairwell, perhaps,
Mm-hmm.
or go in a different direction than the car is driving.
Instead of directly in front of the car that's
Right.
chasing
Or
you.
do like so he's
Do a stunt.
he's kind of doing the like so if you've been in a parking garage, they usually have those
Car park for any of our UK
Yeah.
listeners.
They have those like the wire dividers so that you can't just like drive over the uneven area.
Yes.
So like when he gets down to the end where it's like the down ramp becomes the down ramp in the other direction, he'll hop over that, and then like the car will come stunting around the corner, and rather than hop back over, which would be very difficult for him turned around and follow you back up, it's just I'm just going to keep running forward.
Yep.
It's just like
He just
What-
runs around in circles in this top section of this.
yeah. I feel like the forklift was even worse because there's just rows of cars everywhere. You could have just
All of which will
Turn.
immediately stop that forklift.
turn and go down any one of the row of the cars, but don't just run straight.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yes, so man,
So he runs around in circles here for a while, and on occasion will end up on top of a car, in a car, but he ends up on top of a car at one point that's being driven by a faceless ninja that he is just punching through the driver's side window all throughout this, while having to duck down and not hit light fixtures as the car is hitting like speed bumps and flinging him around.
yeah, I believe these speed bumps are made out of actual flint because
Yes.
the way the way they're hitting the bottom of these cars, it's just like
Yeah.
mini fires on the bottom of the car every single time.
Yes.
But yes, so like you're watching this like stuntman on the roof, not the hood, like advanced TJ hookering, is like getting bounced up speed bumps and then ducking from to
Yes.
hit the exit signs or whatever.
Yeah.
But eventually, like he punches the dude enough so that he hits a parked car and causes Gary Daniels or his stuntman to go flying over the parked car and land on the ground very hard.
Awkwardly.
Yeah,
That man might have been injured.
yeah, most likely.
But anyway, the movie must continue.
Yep.
And Patrick Kilpatrick is still very angry and still chasing him.
Yeah, but somehow he gets in this car that is now stopped, and like doesn't have a door,
Yes.
because it got flung off, and
Yeah,
so
it did.
like it just becomes car battle between the two of them until eventually like I don't really understand the geography of why or how this happens, but they end up like going full speed towards like the edge of this car park and just like
Patrick Kilpatrick's car goes first.
yeah, he's just like, oh fuck, and like like just goes flying, and Gary Daniels does to roll out of the car.
Luckily, he didn't have a door in his way.
That's true, yeah.
So he rolls out, but the momentum keeps taking him over the edge. But so he grabs like this giant rope that just happens to be there, or banner, or whatever. Which, by the way, during the Nitro Circus section, he gets on like one of those ropes with the triangle flags on it, like the little like used car lot things. That's
Right.
just for whatever reason in this neighborhood. And at one point is swinging around and kicks a dude off of it, and then another dude comes at him, and he just
I would
wraps
like-
this around his neck real quick and yoinks him out to where he has hung himself.
I would like to make the point that he did not kick one dude off of that motorcycle. He kicked two dudes off of that same motorcycle.
That was a dual ride.
Yeah.
And they both got wrecked.
Oh yeah.
Yes, as he Tarzaned into that.
They didn't show like a clear view of those guys like getting kicked off. They might have just fallen off. There was one guy in the kicking motorcycle scenes that actually got kicked by actual Gary Daniels at actual speed.
Yep.
And it looked like it hurt Gary Daniels, but
It probably would if you're kicking a
God
helmet.
damn.
Yes.
Well, he kicked him in the chest.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Oh,
Well, the guy also still probably had a shitload of padding on.
yeah, but still,
I don't
god
know.
damn. Like that had to hurt Gary Daniels.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So Patrick Kilpatrick's car goes over. Gary Daniels' car goes over. Daniels gets out, grabs a rope that is swinging around, and is able to hang on to that as both these cars go down into traffic. It's not just a closed street. Wherever they are now, there is actual traffic going on, and they hit other cars, and all those cars explode.
Yep.
And Gary Daniels, you just see the last of him kind of dangling around on this rope, and he just looks over at Patrick O'Patrick's car, which is just completely on fire. And then it's just like he just goes and finds the girl. Or he goes back to the house. We don't see the scene, but he has gone back to the house and given them the money that he hid in the tire in the first act. He wrapped it up in a shoebox and gave it to them.
Yeah, it was basically like somehow he found a box to go with the newspaper wrapping he already had it in.
And he made a tag.
He did make a tag, yeah, Hutu.
Yeah, so the child comes out Christmas morning and just opens it up, and it's just fistful of money, and is like,
Yeah,
"Mom."
I just realized I've always, like, for my entire life, I've always called the two from things Hutus.
Yeah.
But now I feel bad because, like, that's
Hutus and Tutsis.
Yeah, I was like the Rwanda thing. I was just like, I've literally been saying that since I was like 2 fucking years old, and now I realize like it's fucking like genocide thing.
I've literally never heard anyone
call them Hutus.
call them Hutus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Hutus.
that's adorable.
Yeah, it's pretty cute.
So
So
we've always
cute.
called it.
Yeah, it's nice. I like that. But yeah, he goes and finds the girl, and is just like, "Come on, honey, let's take you to a hospital."
Yeah, pretty much.
And they just stagger out of
well,
the scene.
now they're jokey too because he's like, I don't know how I'm going to tell your father that I had you out all night, and she's like, oh, well, we won't tell him. Wah, wah. Yeah, and the little girl comes down and opens up the fucking
Yeah.
$1 million package.
Mm.
Yeah, Ted DiBiase. Ted DiBiase was under their tree.
Yep. All right, child, do a bunch of push-ups.
Also, can I have some money? Because I'm fucking broke now.
Yeah. Yeah, and the movie just fades out. Like, we don't get closure with the ambassador or Charles Napier or any of that. No one ever mentioned Sugar Ray Leonard again.
Nope.
There was no revenging for that. Yeah, the movie just kind of ends.
Yep.
The end. Riot has ended.
Mm-hmm.
It's a weird thing. Who wants to rate it?
I can. I
Go
guess?
for it.
All right.
Do it.
Man. Okay. I don't normally do this, but can I get a past rating on Rage?
Rage. Sure, stand by.
I'm pretty sure it's 5 jocks. I think that was unanimous 5 jocks.
I don't think
pretty
he
sure.
liked Rage.
Oh, really?
I think BJ was like, I don't know why you people like this movie. Rage got, you gave it 4 jocks.
What did
I did?
Yes.
Wow.
What did I give it?
You gave it 4 jocks.
Oh, okay.
Mackie and I gave it 5 jocks.
So I did.
Well, I feel like that was wrong. So I should have given that 5 jocks.
Okay.
I mean, the point I'm trying to get at is, I don't know that was our first Gary Daniels movie, but I know that was the first one where we became aware of Gary Daniels as a presence, as a thing.
It was more the first of like this company.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, holy shit, these guys
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah, I think that
We'd seen some Gary Daniels before that.
I just feel like that was the time where it was like, oh shit, this guy, like this is a guy we should be checking out all of his movies based
Yeah.
on this movie. And I say that only because similar to our boat that we've been in for blaxploitation history, I feel like we started with some of the strongest movies ever that we've just been chasing the high of Slaughter and things like that.
Right.
And Gary Daniels, for the most part, I feel like we've been kind of chasing the same dragon. Like we fucking want that rage craziness. Stunty wise, this is pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
Everything else wise, this movie's pretty bad. Like stunty wise, this movie is fantastic. But Rage was like, it had all stunty bits and a story that, as I recall, made sense. Like it was.
Well,
It
if
was-
you
it was-
count like he's a substitute teacher that's also a murder machine.
Sure, I mean, but like it established the world, stuck with it, and as I recall, like it had better action geography and better like, you know, we're not gonna like twist upon twist upon twist this, you
Yeah.
know, kind of thing. Like this movie is like
Sure.
trying to have a higher concept than it can actually pull off.
Right.
Having said all that, based solely on. No, I'm gonna retroactively. I'm gonna give this 4 jocks.
Okay.
I know I gave Rage the same, but I think Rage is a better movie. I should have given Rage 5 jocks, in retrospect. But yeah, this movie's pretty fucking good though. Like stunty wise, this is a real good movie. But it is almost downright like bad in every other regard. Like when it's just also like the mixing on this movie is fucking atrocious.
Yeah.
too. Like
I'd
I mean,
love
it's
to
like,
see a better transfer.
like
of this.
the dialogue is all like, and then like action happens like action.
Yeah.
And it's like whoa, like holy
Stunts.
shit.
Which, you know.
I mean, there was points where like I cranked the volume up so much because especially like between Gary Daniels and Annalisa or whatever her name was just like, I just felt like they were both just like they were just totally whispering, and I couldn't understand a goddamn thing they were saying.
Yeah.
And
Normalize
even
your
cranking cranking the fucking audio up.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, I would say add this to your Christmas bad movie repertoire, because like this is, I mean, if you like what we like, this is pretty fucking
Well, hopefully
good.
you do. Otherwise, what are you doing
Yeah.
here?
The Riot is a Christmas movie.
Well, it's just some people like
Hashtag.
actually enjoy like the bad, like they
Right.
want us to watch Jingle All the Way too and
Yeah.
bullshit like that. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different kind of class of movie. This is fucking crazy R-rated action movie. It just
Yeah.
happens to be around Christmas.
Yeah. Exactly. BJ?
I'm not quite as high on this as Harlow. I guess it will, you know, be similar to Rage. Although, yeah, it'll be similar to Rage in that I think this is a Three Jocks movie. Like the action and the stunts are really good. The explosions are excellent, but everything surrounding it is kind of bad and not in a way that I really enjoyed. Man, I don't really have a whole lot to say about this. It's just, I mean, add another one to your action Christmas movie list.
Yeah.
Definitely watch this.
Yep.
In fact, maybe everybody out there should replace this with Die Hard for a few years,
Yeah.
because Die Hard has had its time to shine for a Christmas action movie.
Yeah.
And not that it's not good, and that you should watch Die Hard occasionally, but
Let's start embracing other things too.
yeah,
Yeah.
Three Jocks. It's
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever had a movie that has ebbed and flowed like this one.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it is a talky bit, it is soul-suckingly boring. Like I've never watched a movie in the Bamfcast Theater where it's like that last 15 minutes was amazing, and oh my god, it just stopped being amazing 60 seconds ago, and I'm bored to tears. Like, I don't know if it's just
Yeah, I found myself looking at my phone a lot, like, as soon as the action stopped.
Yeah,
I was
whenever
like,
there's
I'll
talking,
pick
it's
up
like-
my phone and do something.
not only is this story kind of dumb, they didn't care. They just knew they had to not do action the entire time because it would get exhausting. I don't necessarily agree with that, because they come out of the Nitro Circus Stunt Spectacular by doing an immediate gun battle, and it's still like, yeah, it's not as good as what just happened, but I'm still on board. I would rather this than him talking to the dude about his street sweeping woes or whatever.
Yeah, I think there's a way to do incidental dialogue in a movie that's supposed to have fast-paced, like go action.
Right.
Like, I mean, going back to it, Die Hard does it right. You know, like,
Sure.
almost every dialogue scene in Die Hard is,
Super relevant.
well, like I mean, it's like maybe what you would call an action scene is happening, but like actions are happening. Like, I mean, like, even when the cops are on the street, it's like they're having their back and forth banter or whatever, while SWAT guys are pulling up in the background and readying for their thing.
Right.
Or, you know, Bruce Willis is constantly on the radio moving, you know, like just like talking to Al or, you know, Hans or whatever, and just constantly moving. Like, things are happening while the dialogue's happening.
Yep.
Very rarely does it just be like, all right, let's just stop here.
Right.
I mean, yeah, the first 10 minutes, you know, it's just like, you know,
Yeah.
get to know the, you know,
I-
this tower and everything.
I just, we've seen quite a few of these PM Entertainment movies now, and you know, these are low budget films, and these a lot of the filmmakers involved were kind of learning as they went, but it kind of felt like they never learned. It was just like they constantly were trying to figure it out as they went. But the thing is so all the stunt stuff, even in a low budget movie, takes time. It takes time to set up. It takes time to plan. They weren't just throwing stuntmen into fire and just seeing what happens. These are things that probably took the most amount of time. You take your screenwriter and you sit them down with the actors when they're not working on the stunts, because the stunt people are doing that, and you flesh out the dialogue and the story just so it's a little bit relevant or just a little bit compelling. Just make it so that I give a shit when things aren't blowing up. I hate to sound like that guy, but for one of these PM Entertainment movies, you got to balance it right, and this one doesn't do it. But the action stuff is so ridiculous. The one motorcycle scene alone is a 5 Jocks movie. I'm going to give this 4 Jocks like Harlow, simply because just when there's not anything happening, it is just the worst. I don't know if it's the cast. I don't know if it's how dark this movie is. I don't know if it's how it keeps lapsing into it wants to be super sincere about sad Christmas and the plight of the inner city, and there's no balance to that. You can't do that. Especially because by the end nothing has changed except that this one family now has some money. The city is still on fire.
Right. Well, at
So-
least he got rid of the IRA threat in America.
I guess, yes.
Yeah, but now that family has got to face the IRS
Yeah.
threat because, like,
Yeah.
how the fuck are you going to explain that you just suddenly had this money and then the British government goes, "Oi, wait a minute, we had some money that didn't go where it was supposed to go."
Right. Oi.
How do they know it didn't go where it was supposed to go?
I don't know.
Gary Daniels is going to say, yeah, I gave them $2 million and they disappeared with it.
Yeah, but they're going to audit Gary Daniels. They're going to
Gary Daniels doesn't have the money.
They're going to make him retrace his steps.
No,
Yeah.
they're not.
Oh,
They're
yeah, it's going to be 6 months of interrogation.
Well,
It'll be Major Shane Audit. Because it was Alcott. What's his name?
That was a stretch, considering we never mentioned his name.
That's fine.
But we did now. So, yeah. You should watch Riot. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, well, let's take a break, shall we?
Yes.
Okay, they can't hear thumbs up on the audio.
I was just letting you know that I approve of a break.
Okay.
I was not going to veto the break.
Okay. You're just like, no break.
So you're going to talk about the thing vaguely, quickly.
Vaguely, quickly. Truly, vaguely, deeply.
I'm going to talk about 2 things vaguely, quickly. Just quickly. They won't be vague.
I'll be peace.
Yeah. So, BJ, got anything?
No, I do not have anything.
Okay. Yeah, just 2. I got 2 things real quick.
Okay. Let's do this then.
Hell yeah.
All right, welcome back.
Hey, Bamcast.
Bamcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're back.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Back
For
in the saddle
some
again.
More talking. Yeah, so I guess I gotta talk around a movie that I saw because I'm the only one of the crew here that's seen it.
Mm-hmm.
That was this little independent movie called Star Wars. Rise of the Skywalker.
Oh,
Rise of Skywalker.
What's that about?
Rise. Somebody's rising. Somebody's walking on skies. I don't know. What's it called?
I don't know.
No, is it called The Rise of Skywalker?
Yeah,
or
The
just,
Rise-
okay,
yeah.
it is The Rise. I couldn't remember if it was just
Because
Rise.
everyone's abbreviating it as Truss.
Truss. Okay.
Which has confused the shit out of me all weekend. Like, what are you talking about? Oh, wait, I got to mute that too.
Oh, Truss. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, this. I will say that I promise I am going to try my damnedest not to say anything even remotely spoilery.
Okay.
I'm saying that we were going to probably talk about this again when everyone's seen it.
Yes.
So I'm just going to dance around because you're probably wondering if we've seen it, but I'm the only one.
Harlow has seen it. Did you like it?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, in the simplest answer, yes. I feel like, though, and you probably made a good point, similar to Star Trek Into Darkness, and I realize there's a difference between Star Trek and Star Wars,
Oh,
but
there is.
they are the same director. That's what I'm getting at.
Oh, okay.
Similar probably to Into Darkness. I feel like maybe it's one of those things that while I was watching it, there was enough color, flashy lights and things happening that I was just like, this is fun. And I mean, I do genuinely believe there's a couple of like sincerely good moments throughout the movie. Like haters are going to have their problem. People have established they don't like new Star Wars, and whatever this movie was going to do was not going to change that. It was going to get negatively reinforced. I'm not defending the movie on that level. I'm saying that there is a certain level of like, I'm going to use this in the biggest air quotes possible. There is a certain level of fandom now around Star Wars that this trilogy is just doomed. Like it was never going to satisfy certain people. It just wasn't going to happen. There was no way to turn it around. But I feel like maybe on a second viewing, my opinion may change, and I'm afraid it might go down. Only because it's one of those. Like Into Darkness. I feel like it's one of those movies that when you stop and think about certain things, your brain goes, but what about a little too often? And I think the most valid criticism I've heard about the new Star Wars movies as a whole is just the breakneck pace with which they are put together. Like, if you think about what happened, even in the wholly original trilogy, the Untouchable, like, you never say anything bad about them, but people will do now. Those are very set piece driven. Like, it is like in a movie, they may go to 3 planets max, 3 different locales of varying architecture and style, and then it's over. And they really focus on the big set pieces.
Hoth, Dagobah,
Yeah.
Cloud City.
Right. And it's like now it is no thing to go to like 12 different locations in one movie with all completely different looking everything. And I just it's kind of exhausting sort of when you stop and think about how they just galactically globetrot. I don't know, just like, like, I mean, whatever, universe hop. I mean, just like, go over here, and now we're here, let's go do this and this thing, and that, and it's like, it never just gives you that time to breathe and like take in the cool shit that you're seeing.
Right.
And all of them have done that. I mean, honestly, probably Last Jedi is probably the most constrained, and that's the one people hate the most. I mean, as far as like number of locales, it's like you have Jedi Island or whatever the fuck that place is where Luke's been hanging out. You've got Salt Planet, Salt Hoth at the end.
Yeah.
And, a diversion over to Casino World for half a minute. And otherwise, it's like, it's mostly in space, which is, it's a set locale that happens to be moving. It's the submarine movie, as you said. It's like, it's Hunt for October happening around where they bounce around to these couple other places.
Yep.
Well, I'm just saying, set piece and location wise, that's probably the most constrained. Both of the JJ ones have just been like, we're over here now. We're over here now. We're going here now. And space travel is like no big deal. We can like instant fast travel everywhere. And I know, everyone complains about latter day Game of Thrones and Star Wars of like, I guess they can just fast travel or video game reference. But like, it is kind of exhausting where it's just, especially when you're talking about something where there's time frames involved that they're suddenly over here now. Yeah, and I mean, I don't know that I can say literally anything else. I will say that if you have seen the teaser trailer, the initial one, which I think is the only one I ever watched, was just like, oh, there's a thing I should see this.
Let's see if they're going to do a Star Wars.
Well, I mean, it was mostly like, obviously they're doing a Star Wars, but we didn't have a title at the point.
Right.
It was like, let me just watch this teaser thing to figure out the title, figure out the basic idea of what's going on, and yada yada yada. And the big action piece that they focus on in that trailer that we've probably all seen is kind of the coolest action thing in the movie. I mean,
they blew it.
Yeah, I mean,
They
it's just like,
wasted
they showed it to you, and it's like, I feel like that would have been so much more of an amazing moment. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a great way to sell the movie, but by seeing that in the trailer, you then, this is going to diatribe out a little bit from Star Wars, but like, if you have one super badass stunt thing or cool looking moment in your movie, don't put it in the trailer. If you have one, do not put it in the fucking trailer.
Right.
Because it sets the expectation of like, holy shit, look at that. If that's what they're giving me in the trailer, what the fuck are they holding back? And that used to be the correct attitude of like, you showed me this. Like, I'm just thinking back, like Die Hard probably showed him flying out of the exploding building, hanging onto the fire hose. You're like, holy shit, if that's... And honestly, when you look at the movie as a whole, that's kind of one of the shittiest things in the movie. I mean, it doesn't look great. It's very blue green screeny, whatever. And by comparison, it's not that great of a stunt. I mean, it looks kind of cool, but it's a great thing to throw in the trailer. That's by far not the coolest thing that's going to happen in this movie. But this one was like, hey, from a cool-ass Jedi perspective, this is about to be the coolest thing in the movie. And if it had just happened in the movie, I would have been like, holy shit! Like, drop the mic moment kind of thing. But it's like, oh yeah, you see it like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the part from the trailer. Okay, oh yep, it looks like doing the thing. There it is. Trailer. I mean, that's what it's kind of like leaves you with, is like, you have taken literally the coolest moment in the movie, put it in the trailer.
So you plot it like at a concert for a song that you already know, like, oh yeah,
trailer.
he's doing this song.
Yeah, it's Freebird, yay. But yeah, it's overall, by and large, it's I didn't think it was bad. I feel like my opinion may change on subsequent viewings. For dazzly, flashy, colored force lights happening at the time, I was perfectly okay with it.
Okay. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I should see it soon.
Oh, you probably should.
Yeah.
I will see it probably when this is available for download. I will either have seen it or will be seeing it soon.
Outstanding.
So that's as of the day of recording tomorrow.
Yes. Right. Unless you're listening. Never mind. Sorry.
Don't start that shit
Okay,
again.
I won't. Okay, so I watched 2 movies real quick. One had a lot of colors and computery stuff in it.
Okay.
I watched Alita Battle Angel.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty decent movie.
It is. I like that movie a lot. Mm-hmm. I did not expect to like that movie a lot. I figured that was going to be another Valerian and the Lost Casino of Gold or whatever.
Absolutely nailed it.
Yeah. No, this is compelling and good, and the cast really helps this movie. Christoph Waltz appearing in this and hanging around in this. There's a bit early on where I was like, oh, here's where they kill him off, and now he's done his bit. He's the Bryan Cranston in that first Godzilla movie. And I was like, this movie's going to suck after that. But no, he sticks around, and really the cast adds a lot of weight to this.
Yeah, he helps fight the foo.
Uh-huh. Yeah, he fights the foo.
He said, I'll stick around.
Yeah, I did not expect to like this, and
Also, isn't it based on an anime or a manga?
It's based on manga.
Manga.
So yeah, double
Yeah.
whammy there. I didn't expect to like that, but yeah, Robert Rodriguez, you give him a fuck ton of money, and he can make a pretty good looking movie. I will admit some of the CG is very questionable looking, and then other bits of the CG are fucking amazing. The one main British dude bounty hunter guy who's basically just a face and gears, that's the rest of him. That effect looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. There's one character in the midsection of this who's played by Jeff Fahey.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, that's right. I was like, why do I know who that was? It's Ed Skrein, the guy
Yes.
that was from
Yes.
first Deadpool movie and stuff.
so Jeff Fahey shows up, and then Jeff Fahey goes away without saying a word, and I'm like, wait, what? You cannot introduce that badass dude with his gang of robot dogs and everything and not have him appear. He comes back briefly, but man, that was such a wasted... what did you bring in Jeff Fahey for that for?
I mean, this is they knew they were making more.
Right.
It's a series.
I know, but at the time, I was like, that better not be all, because that was amazing, and I want more of that guy. But yeah, I was really surprised by how much I enjoyed that movie.
It is a good movie.
Yeah. Hang on. So, continuing with my running through all the 2019 movies.
Oh, okay.
Whatever's available to me. I watched a movie called Serenity.
Oh yeah, that movie.
Yeah.
You're not. I'm not falling for that. I know which one you're talking about.
I know. I was hoping.
Oh, I don't.
Yeah.
It's a Matthew McConaughey movie.
All right. All right.
He's naked a lot in it.
All right.
All right.
Oh,
Like full blown naked or like Magic Mike naked?
Well,
Like shirt off?
I
Does
think,
he hang dong?
Okay,
Yeah, I need to know. Inquiring minds want to know, Chuck.
if you look closely,
Oh yeah, if you pause it
Okay.
just right, you can see
So
his
some
penis.
shadow dong.
Yeah.
there, yes, some
Shadong
doff balls
the hedgehog.
might show up. He's certainly ass all over the place, and when he's not shirtless, his white T-shirt is drenched, so it is
Okay.
clinging to his abs. So if you just want fucking naked ass Matthew McConaughey, this is the movie for you.
Could you see his Lincoln lock?
Just rolling boogers, man.
Yeah. I don't want to say anything else about this movie because it has a thing in it. There's a thing
Is
to
it
this.
Matthew McConaughey's thing?
That's an additional
Okay.
thing. That is the main
More
thing.
like Matthew Madonga. Am I right?
Yeah, because you're like, hey, donga, hey,
Yeah.
oh. I don't know.
How's it hanging?
Yeah.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a thing to this movie. There's a thing about it. It's not what it seems to be, and that thing is fucking nuts. Just, I'm begging everyone who is listening to the sound of my voice, do not go read about the thing. Do not read anything about this movie. It is on Amazon Prime. go watch it. Just let it flow over you. And when it gets to the thing, I need to know people's reactions to the thing because it's like, wait, what?
Isn't this one of those ones that, I mean, the movie overall, wasn't it one of the ones like the second I got out of the gate, people were like, oh God. Like, wasn't this kind of like, wasn't it The Snowman last year?
Yeah.
Where it was just like, as soon as it got released, people were like,
Yeah.
the fuck
Yeah.
is this?
Yeah. Yes, it's
Okay,
one of those.
okay.
When it was over, I gave it like 2.5 stars. I was just like, man, that thing ruined that movie. Otherwise, I was on board for whatever the hell was going on. And, go to Letterboxd and log it, and it's just everyone gave it half a star. Just like, man, fuck this movie. And I don't feel that way because I was digging it for a while. But wow, the thing. Holy shit.
Wow, the thing.
So please, go to Amazon Prime, find the McConaughey section, watch Serenity, and just let it flow over you. And I need to hear everyone's reactions to the thing because, oh my God.
Okay.
And that's all I'm going to say about it.
I feel like we were gonna watch The Snowman for Bamfcast at one point in time, and
We
is
talked
it
about
really
it.
long?
It's either long or we were going to cram it in before the Golden Jocks.
I guess
or-
it was actually 2 years ago.
Oh, God.
2 hours long.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's probably it. We should still watch it.
I just remember. The guy's name is Harry Hole.
Yeah, Harry Hole. Yep. So that's all I got. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Okay. That's that it?
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah.
You're
But
done.
there does seem to be one movie a year that somehow sneaks out that got through the entire process of going through like the studio system and funding and major actors, and they all did it, and then it got released, and then normal people look at it and go, "What on God's green earth? Like
Well,
how?"
Sometimes we get 2 in a year, like this
True.
year.
Yeah, we
We had to patch out one of our movies this year.
Right.
This year.
that's true.
Yeah.
Patch out.
I mean, seriously, I think that's like the first time I've ever heard of like a game patch being applied to a movie.
Yes.
Like post release.
Yep.
Like should have been on the disc.
Well,
We're talking about cats, by
Cats,
the way.
cats.
yeah, I know you're talking about cats. I know that there are like 5 or 6 different theatrical versions of Star Wars. Like, yeah.
Wait, do you mean like this one or like you?
No,
about,
no,
like,
not
originals?
this one. I mean, like 1977.
Oh, like yeah.
Star Wars, yeah.
well,
Sure, yeah, but I
Yes.
mean that's like that's like go away from theater. Oh, Lucas is going to fuck with it a little bit more and
Yeah.
re-release it.
Like people saw Cats on Friday,
Yeah, and people seeing
Yeah.
it on Sunday,
and
are
then
not
people
seeing,
people seeing it
This is
Sunday
the
are
first
seeing
time
a
I've-
different movie.
This is the first time I've heard of like a day one patch.
Yeah.
But
now also
They just overwrote the file.
now speaking of Star Wars, like back, I guess it would have been Attack of the Clones, not Attack
Attack
the
the
Clones.
Attack the
Clones.
Clones.
Yeah, which is what they should have done because Order
Yeah, they-
66 when it got
yeah,
there. But
yeah.
but no, like there was because that was like around the same time when you still had film theaters and you had some digital theaters.
Right.
If you saw the film theater, you got one version of the movie,
Mm-hmm.
and if you went to a digital theater, it was slightly altered because like during the wedding sequence at the end, like he it's the version you'll see now, which probably everyone's seen a bunch more times if you ever rewatch Attack of the Clones. But
Yeah.
like he reaches like. They reach down to hold hands, and he's got like the gold, metal hand now for not having a real hand. But that was like not in the film version.
Oh.
like it was.
they didn't get it
Yeah,
done.
it was like effects. They had, with film they basically have to like send it off like a month and a half before release date to get them all the prints made.
Right.
And this was like,
Right.
oh, digital. We can literally like day before like go.
so that was a day one patch.
But I mean, technically, like I said, it was like the film was like at that point in time you were watching more like the work print version. It was like not as finished as they wanted it to be.
I do know there's 2 versions of Oklahoma, which is a really strange story because there were 2. They filmed it twice. They filmed it at the same time. They would film a scene in one format and then film it in another. I believe it was CinemaScope and Todd AO, different aspect ratios.
Okay.
So they filmed 2 different takes. So there's 2 completely different acted. Now, granted, the takes are probably the same, but there are 2 completely different acted versions of Oklahoma. I don't know which one is the one that survived. I think the Blu-ray has both of them. But that's just a weird thing that
Yeah.
some people might have seen a slightly different. It's
Right.
like that. It's like that weird Christmas movie that was making the rounds a few weeks ago, where Canada got the two dads version of the Christmas Story, and America couldn't handle that. So what happened was when they filmed it, they swapped out one of the dads with the lady. So this fucking Hallmark ass Christmas movie has a male female couple in the American version, and in the Canadian version it has 2 dads. The dialogue's the same, and all the shots without the parents in them are the same.
Okay, but I mean, still, we are talking about alternate versions of film, like
Sure.
like the Demolition Man thing of
right.
Taco Bell versus Pizza Hut.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
because the rest of the world doesn't know what the fuck a Taco Bell is.
Right. But this is the first case of 2 to 3 days later. There is a different version.
That's what I mean. Like there is version 1.01 of Cats that has been uploaded to theaters now.
Right. Yeah. Because I don't know.
Like we've removed some clipping and did some additional clipping because some of those claws were too sharp. And
Yep.
Yeah.
Cutscene
Apparently,
wouldn't
Judi
trigger.
Dench's hand was like completely
It didn't- yeah.
normal Judi Dench
Yes.
hand instead of being a cat hand, which is wild. I thought I remembered something about there being a much quicker Star Wars change than the like re-release.
Yeah.
And in May, it was released in May, and then in June there was a mono print that was released with a whole bunch of changes.
Is that when they added the episode 4 to the crawl?
That was in 1981.
Oh,
so
okay.
that was several years later. But
I feel like they did that post Empire. Where they're
Okay.
just like, we should probably.
Yeah, because that's the thing everyone always points to. Like, I remember there was no episode 4 when I saw it.
and then
I don't know why
apparently,
Hank Hill went so.
yeah,
Is that like
starships in powered by propane 1980,
propane
when The Empire Strikes Back was
Bobby.
theatrically released, a 70mm print of the film differed from the more widely distributed 35mm print in takes of dialogue, visual, and sound effects.
them two boys have been whacking my film over
They've been whacking in my projection booth.
They've been whacking in my editing booth.
Anyway.
But I mean, like I said, that's whole alternate versions of movies. Like,
Yeah.
I just like I said, maybe it's happened more often than I know, but like this is the first time I've ever heard of like a major patch being released for a movie
Yeah.
I
2
feel-
days after release.
I feel like because it's Cats and everybody is simultaneously coming and shitting all over this movie,
Gross.
I think that's why it got attention.
Oh, it's a cinematic Blumpkin.
Yes.
Hi, internet.
Well, I mean, there are wildly differing opinions, and apparently it is an incredibly horny film. So,
Wait, Star Wars?
no, Cats.
Well, I mean,
I was gonna say, if
obviously,
Star Wars is horny, I'm going to a midnight show.
I mean, shit. Like we do this. I mean, Robin Williams did that bit a long time ago. Like, who loves Kitty? that's how cats are.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yep.
So anyway,
Is that all we have to talk about?
I think
this
it is.
week?
Yeah, I think we're done. Yeah.
that's all we got.
It's a cinematic Blumpkin. I can't top that.
Yeah, done with the
Please don't.
horny cats.
Good.
Yeah, we're done bringing the heat.
Your chair is squeaking so much.
Yeah.
Is it?
You're
Yeah.
super squeaky.
Yeah, it's just like distractingly squeaky. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Your noise canceling is canceling out the squeaks.
Yeah, I couldn't hear it.
So, God, how do we segue from that into whatever? We got to get out of here. So go to the website bmfcast.com. Check all of our socials. There are buttons on the right-hand side. Check out the Discord. Send us an email, bmf@bmfcast.com. Send us voicemail, 9105-JOCKS-BMF or 910-556-9263. I believe we had a couple voicemails this week, but
We will wait until we've all seen the Star Wars.
yeah,
before.
we're gonna wait. We're not even checking our
Nope.
our email.
Got the blinders
just in
on.
case. Yeah, we already had somebody try to ruin it once for us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 9105-JOCKS-BMF. Now we're 910-556-9263. And check out the Patreon at patreon.com/BMFcast. If you have been paying attention to the main feed, you will have seen a deluge of movies that were formerly Patreon only drop onto the main feed.
Yes.
And that's just a little tiny taste of what you can get by being a patron of our particular brand of arts.
Yep.
So give us a buck or more a month at your discretion, and we will feed you content by the hour, by the hundreds of hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Spoon-fed into your ears from our delicious mouths
You can listen to us from sunrise to sundown.
for like 30 days.
Yes. And then start all over again.
Yeah.
So much content.
Please don't do that.
Do whatever you want.
I mean,
with it.
yeah,
just
Once-
I'm recommending
your
that not
money.
be done.
Oh well.
look,
Okay.
it's their money, their ears, their time. They do whatever they want with it.
Hell yeah.
But try to give us at least some of all of those.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
All right.
I'm Harlow.
I'm BJ.
I'm Chuck.
And for Mackie, this is Bamfcast out. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. Happy Boxing Day. Motherfuckers.
If you forgot solstice.
Yeah. Happy winter solstice.
Oh, that already happened. We're past that.
Some people might be listening in the past. Witches.
Happy Imbolc, which is probably the next one coming up, I think. Yeah, Happy
Sorry,
Imbolc.
happy in bulk. Yes. Costco to
Yes.
you.
All the happiness.
IMBOLC.
It's a gross
you
of
From
happiness.
uncultured
BJ
swine.
to your BJ's wholesale
It's
club.
Saturday, February 1st is Imbolc.
What is it?
It's
Day of Witches? Witches Day?
it's a festival marking the beginning of spring.
Wasn't that the guy from Black Panther? In bulk.
It's M'Baku.
Oh, right.
Block you.
Oh, right.
Anyway, happy holidays.
Ow.
Squeak, squeak.
You're squeaking over there. You can oil that chair.
All right. Oh, a fucking chair, okay?
WD-40 that.
WD's nuts. Yeah. Woo!
All right.
You got told, son.
didn't.
Oh,
Nobody told me shit.
I did. I was here and I told you. WD's nuts.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Don't flip that switch just yet.
Don't flip the switch.
That's
Oh, okay.
power switch.
I'm gonna hit the turn off the internet
Yeah,
switch
you
though.
turn off that switch.